Hey, what's up guys, Jack here. So today I'm going to show you my Loki Prime build for Steel Path. There's many ways to build Loki, it all depends on your play style. This is just how I play. I've been doing a lot of Steel Path level cap disruptions lately, and Loki's been making it a breeze. But I'll show you the loadout and I'll explain a few things for you. Okay, so obviously it's Loki Prime. I'm using Energy Siphon with Action Drift here. The reason being is because on Loki you don't tend to spam abilities, and because of that you're invisible half the time. So you cast Invis once and it's up for 30 seconds, and during that time you're rebuilding energy enough so that if you need to recast instantly, you have the energy to do so. Because nothing's worse than being a Loki when you have no energy and unable to recast your Invis and now you're just dead, right? Obviously there's ways to get around it. You can spam your protective dash, you can spam your tenor if you have no energy at that given point in time, but yeah, it just gives you added security. Now reminded for the duration: Augur Message, Streamline, Stretch or Standard, Prime Continuity, Quick Thinking. Now I have Quick Thinking on because I did another run with a friend of mine, and what I found was that if you're in a group, definitely use Quick Thinking, because what happens is if the other person is not invis and they run past you, bombards tend to shoot at them, and if you're nearby you're just dead, right? You just die through the crossfire. So Quick Thinking is a really good one if you're in a group. If you're solo, you can drop that for something else that you feel like you need. Obviously, look, this is just my build. You guys can use this as a base and then edit it to how you guys play. One size does not fit all, right? You could throw Radiant Disarm on there if you really wanted to, but yeah, this is just quality of life, added security when you're playing with another person. You can use it solo, if you're not that mechanically good. Yeah, it's just extra security, right? Overextended Rolling Guard is a must in any high level cap endurance run, just because it cleanses your status effects that happen on you, and things happen in the mission and you need to not die, and this is the oh shit button, right? What I would recommend, that if you're not using Radial Disarm that much, you can take off Overextended and Stretch and replace that with more utility. I found that I didn't use Radial Disarm that much. The reason why I don't use Irradiating Disarm is because if the enemies are proc with radiation and fighting each other, same thing. I'm gonna get caught in the crossfire and Loki's paper thin and he's gonna die. So yeah, the normally disarming them is good enough. Obviously I've got a Eclipse build here, a Mirage Eclipse build on my Loki, but that's for another video. Alright, this is just the simple dagger armor strip. Damage from daggers, reduce armor by 6. Nothing else. You don't need anything else in here. Amalgam Duration, you can rank that up and have a sprint speed if you want. Nothing else is required here. Epitaph, generic Epitaph build with viral and heat. I have Karna's Sting on here, killing enemies with a heavy attack grants 10% evasion and immunity to status effects for 2 seconds. That just adds more security for me, because you normally want to be heavy attacking and one-shotting the Demolists, and the Demolists nullify you and your ability, so you're not invisible anymore. So this helps a lot. You can use the Kuba Nucor if you want, but again, it has innate radiation and you end up getting shot out of nowhere, right? But it's personal preference. Let's just change that back. Okay, Karis Prime. You can use the Karis Prime. I think the Karis Prime is the hardest hitting weapon for Demolists at the moment. I've tried my Venkers, I've tried the Nakana. Nothing beats daggers at the moment to deal with the Demolist armor, because that's the biggest issue at the moment. You can use Ash Prime, but again, it only lasts for a few seconds because the Demolists nullify your abilities. So if you don't one-shot it in that 1 second that you have the arm strip, then you got to recast. right? This is just the generic dot build with Smite Grineer. If you don't have Smite Grineer, you can use the normal Smite, or you can use Prime Pressure Point for that extra dot damage. But the most optimal min-max Prime Smite Grineer is what you would want, right? Obviously, you would put this, you would place the right faction. If you're using Corpus, go with Corpus, and so forth. If you're doing Corrupted, go Corrupted. But I tend to verse the Grineer the most, so yeah. My Riven, 195 critical chance, 91.7 status. What I will say is that if you're looking for a Riven with this specific build, I would get combo duration, heavy attack efficiency, and speed. Okay, this extra crit here is nice, but it's really not needed. It's just kind of overkill. I rather have the combo duration, because we're not using Naruman, the heavy attack efficiency because we one-shotting with heavy attacks, and attack speed because Karos Prime is really slow. Okay, if you don't have a Riven, that's fine. You guys can use Arcane, what am I saying? You guys can use Fury. Okay, Karos is a really slow weapon. Fury, or even Prime Fury in there, even better. And that would make the weapon way better. What I forgot to show you is that I'm running Arcane Energize and Arcane Strike. Arcane Strike because Karos is a really slow weapon and I want more DPS. Arcane Energize, I think it's a staple in every build these days. Energy is a must. You don't have energy, you die. Simple as that. If you have other ways of gaining energy with like Equilibrium and your Panzervolk Profiler, you could drop this if you want to, but nah. Okay, we are using Bazarin. Protective Dash. Allies hit by Void Dash are granted immunity from damage for 4 seconds and healed 45% over 5 seconds. Reason why I'm using this is because the Demolist nullify your abilities. Okay, and we're dashing to lock them down anyways. So I'll show you a mechanic where you dash, you're invulnerable, and they're stunned. Now it's just freebies, you can just kill them however you want, right? Obviously this will go up the more you level it up. Okay, you can use Naruman if you want to be more efficient. So instead of spending time building up your combo, you can just have the combo ready and you can heavy attack the Demolist or Acolyte and one-shot them. With the Vazarin build, you're more protected, more safe, but you do have to manage your combo counter a bit more. Okay, you could use melee mods on your melee to manage that. The combo duration, but that's up to you. I'm using the Panzervolk Profiler, just the generic Panzervolk Profiler build with Synth Deconstruct. Companions have 25% chance to drop health orbs when killed. Again, you can use Equilibrium in conjunction with that. But I feel like Arcane Energize and Energy Siphon, and I'm not spamming abilities on Loki, is more than enough for me. And we have Synth Fiber. Okay, just a generic build. What I would say is that use this as a base. Okay, this is not the end all and be all here. There's things that you can change that work for you, and there's things that work for me. Alright, but let's go to the simulacrum and let me show you something. Okay, welcome back guys. So I just want to show you a few things, right? Obviously you'll have Magus Lockdown and you will have Protective Dash. Okay, so let's say this is the Demolist right here, right? When you're in Viz, as you approach the target, you would look back, come out of your Tenno, dash forward, and you see how it's tethered, and then now you would one-shot with a heavy attack. That's the synergy right there. Okay, with Protective Dash, every so often you can just spam through your Warframe just for that extra security. If you know you're going through a big crowd or a corridor or something, you can always just turn around like this, press your Tenno key, dash through, and then now you're invulnerable for however many seconds, and you still have Rolling Guard for even more protection. Yeah, a lot of it is down to mechanics, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, me and Mr. Beans, thank you a lot. Yeah, like and subscribe. Later.